Previously, in Blood of Hades.
I mean, that was perfect. That was perfectly timed, so I'm leaving that in. Hello, it's Lost Minds of Phandelver, not Blood of Hades. We've been talking about Blood of Zeus and playing a lot of Hades too. But this is Lost Minds of Phandelver. This is our second session. Last time our group met, discovered a goblin ambush, followed it back to the source where it came from in an attempt to rescue someone they knew, and promptly got the absolute shit kicked out of them by goblins. They managed to rescue Sildar Hallwinter, but have not cleared the dungeon and have slunk away on 1 HP to go and find help and recuperate in the town of Phandalin.
That's level 1, baby.
That is indeed level 1. So, we'll ignore the goblin lurking in the background and say that this is you walking along with Sildar, a man in his 50s who you managed to rescue through a tense standoff in the cave that you headed to. And now you are quite hurriedly making your way along that ambush trail you followed towards the cavern, and you rejoin that main road. Some 10 miles on foot from Phandelver. Take you best part of a few hours to get there at a good stride. And yeah, you are heading south. In fact, let me show you that regional map to show you exactly where we are. So the cavern had been around here. And you've made your way back down with Sildar Hallwinter and are beginning to make the trek down to Phandalin.
When we returned to the road, Quinn would check to see if the 2 horses we left tied up would still be there.
They are still ambling around. They've moved a couple of 100 feet down the road over the last couple of hours as they're grazing, but they're easily accosted.
Who didn't tie them up properly? It's not to hitch them. Alright. Quinn's going to grab one of the horses for themselves and try and jump onto the saddle if the horse will let them.
It's a well-trained beast. It allows you to without incident.
Alright. Sildar, you can grab the other one.
My thanks. And he manages to drag himself up with a bit of issue. The man's clearly been absolutely battered, but has a bit of pride about him and manages to get himself up comfortably into the saddle, where he lets out a bit of a sigh as it... If you'll permit me, I'll sit here for about a half hour, and then I'll happily swap out with one of yourselves, nodding down to Fenner and Immeril.
I'm okay.
Immeril nods graciously while biting his lip, trying to sustain the pain of his injuries.
You look like a piece of shit right now, Emerald.
That's really mean.
I mean, like, look at him. He's beaten up by those goblins. Those big guys almost cut his head right off.
Well,
Same.
compared to what I have been called in the past, may have been actually a compliment.
Well, let's just hope there's nothing else on the way.
Sildar said the goblins probably went back to that castle, whatever it was. So, Eh. Quinn, remember.
We
I
Something
have
operate
about a
out of-
bugbear.
We operate out of that cavern. And also Cragmore.
Yeah. Craggle Castle, sure. Where is it?
I mean, that'll be... I assume you're all making your way now. That'll be where they took Gundren. That's for certain.
Damn, I guess we need to go get him.
Did you find any sign of a map?
Quinn's going to hold up the broken map case they used to block one of the swords in the initial ambush. Found the remains of a case.
Gods be damned. That means they've got the map then.
Oh no, a map to buried treasure. X marks a spot or something. Can't be that bad, like... They'll just wander around and find it. Whatever the map was to anyway, given enough time.
Well, that is a matter to be concerned about, but it's also something we best discuss when we're back in town.
Yeah.
But your little jest isn't actually far from the truth.
Oh, well. If it's not far from the truth, then we're probably alright, because you said the map was like, what? Encoded or something?
For now, but if they've also got Gundren, heavens knows what they'll do to him.
Probably what they did to you.
Or to me. Times are pressing.
But, well, even if you want to help Gundren, can't exactly do it when Emerald's looking like the Walking Dead. So, better hope Gundren can take a beating.
Well, I don't know if it's a beating they'll be doing. I heard Clarg, that's a bugbear, saying that Gundren was to be sent to the Spider. Whatever that is.
Oh.
Can't actually just be a big spider, can it?
Well, I don't know.
No reason it couldn't be.
Like, let's be real here. If you're confronted with a big spider, what would you do?
Do I have a blade?
No, you're a prisoner.
Then I run.
Yeah, you're a prisoner.
And he just shudders.
There we go. I've become a evil overlord. I can break any cipher now. Give me the person who knows the answer and a giant spider. Mysteries revealed.
I scratch my head, visibly not understanding where this is going.
So same. So what's bringing the three of you to Phandelver anyway?
Well, stuff. Quinn says in a very, unconvincing way.
Stuff's often reason enough.
I thought you said something about property.
Well, I mean, the city was getting boring, It was just all stuffy nobles, so maybe I figured, I decided to make a executive decision for myself, to go somewhere else, get some fresh air.
To be a less stuffy noble, then.
Yeah, let's go with that.
How about you, Fenna?
I don't know. I've heard a lot of good things coming from there.
He looks visibly surprised.
I am. I'm always surprised.
Forgive my asking, such as what?
I was
Well, I'll be
distracted.
there.
Wait.
How much do you all know of Phandelver?
Well, I haven't been there myself, but I hear it's a quiet little town with, not much to worry about. Good for laying low. I mean, just chilling or whatever.
It's a frontier town, is what it is.
Emerald slightly concussed starts speaking nonsense, but from the words you can hear, well, something. The library was very interesting history.
I think I heard about that. Library?
Yeah, it was like in the big city. Like, Emerald is obviously dazed. I'm sorry, I can't recollect the name now. I don't seem to remember.
I think you need some rest once we can.
Yeah, well, that goes for all of us.
Well, I don't know how much you'll be expecting when we get there. Phandelver was an older settlement that was all but destroyed, sacked by bandits decades ago, torched near enough to the ground, and stood pretty much empty till about 3 years ago, when people decided to try and get it started back up again. So there's a lot of ruins, but a lot of good folk setting up shop between them.
No, so that's probably how they got the chateau so cheap. Just selling the land to anyone who will buy it, because who would want to buy a place in a burnt-out husk?
It probably also has spiders. Emerald is visibly confused, just can't click in the conversation at all.
Well,
I mean, I hope not.
How much have you been out of, like, the city, Fenna? Because I don't know if you've noticed, but this is... Quinn just gestures with a sweeping arm to the forests around them. We are in the middle of the woods. There's going to be spiders everywhere. There's probably a spider within 10 feet of you right now.
I'm not worried about regular-sized spiders.
Irregularly sized spiders are probably around here as well, maybe.
We'll deal with that accordingly. We'll burn that bridge when it happens.
Yeah, that would probably be the good call.
I have been in the forest before, though. But it's been a while.
Oh, well. It's just trees and grass and a few wolves, so... Nothing serious.
Nah, it's not that bad.
I just hope that this chateau at least has a house servant or something to keep it in good working order. If it is a dilapidated ruin, I'm going to be so annoyed. Quinn gives their horse a bit of a kick with the spurs just to get trotting along as they look over to Sildarncy. So, this map thing. Is that...
Yes?
What about it? Like, why are you so worried about it?
Well, so these hills are filled with gold and platinum, which is what brings a lot of the new settlers here, looking to make a new life for themselves, fancy themselves prospectors. It was an old mine. It was lost when the town was ransacked, called Wave Echo Cave. And it was run by human and dwarf and elf and gnome. And beyond treasures, it was said to have a magical forge inside. But its location was lost when the town fell to ruin.
No, so it's just a map.
Gundren thought he'd found where it was.
Oh, so it's a map to a lost mine of Phandelver. Gotcha. Well, I mean, there's plenty of hills around here. They'll probably be busy looking for it for a while.
Mine? That sounds familiar.
It does. Hmm.
I mean, it could be anywhere from here to Ice Spire Peak, so, not exactly a small place to search.
Well, when we arrive in town, we'll be going past Barfin's Provisions on the main road in, so if there's any supplies you're looking to get, we can there. And then you should all join me in the Stone Hill Inn. I've got lodgings there. Be good for you to meet a few people about town, I reckon.
Meet more people? Yeah. I'll have my own place to stay, thank you very much, without having to be in a noisy, crowded, busy inn or something, but you two can go along if you want. Quinn says, gesturing to Emerald and Fenna.
Would use some medicine. Emerald makes a visible motion that resembles more a pint than anything else.
Ask if you can get some ice and just put the ice on your forehead. That'll do you well.
So before we sort of fast forward a little bit for you walking for another couple of hours, are there any other specific conversational pieces anyone would like to have?
Despite being the least injured person here, Quinn is not going to volunteer to get off the horse they took unless someone point blanks them.
I noticed.
So they're going to enjoy their ride.
Yeah, Sildar absolutely would look to shift, rotate and shift and pass the horse on to Immerel or to Fenna after half an hour.
Fenna will politely decline. I mean, her steps are a bit stuttered, but she's doing her best to push forward.
Emerald refuses to get on the horse unless Fenna does so first.
God dang it.
Feels like, no, you first. Bites through the pain, but he's too proud or stubborn.
Okay, question. How much health do you have out of your max?
He's almost fine.
I'm just fine.
He's lost 2 HP. He's a hypochondriac.
Oh, I only have 2 HP.
Remember, you can all open up in player characters. You've got an actor called Party, and that will show all 3 of your HP in there.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm dying, man. I
mean, what are you saying? Previous session I was thrown to the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, after very mild arguing, she'll get on the horse at least for a little while. Only because her leg hurts at this point.
Well, you walk for a while longer until eventually the rutted track emerges from a wooded hillside and you catch your first glimpse of Phandelver. The town consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, some built on fieldstone foundations. More old ruins, crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. Most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of a cart track, which widens into a muddy main street as it climbs towards a ruined manor house on a hillside at the east of town. As you approach, you see children playing on the town green and townfolk tending to chores or running errands at the shops in town. Many look up at you and smile as you approach, but all return to their business as you go by.
Oh, gods. This is terrible. It's so small.
I thought it was nice. Can't believe it has all this after 3 years.
Is there even like a marketplace? Can you even like get an import from, I don't know, Waterdeep here?
Well, most of these settlers are from Waterdeep or Neverwinter. So actually, yes, there's quite a bit. There's Barfin's provisions, as I mentioned. There's the Lion Shield Coster. There's actually a few trade places here. Despite that, forgive me, somewhat prickly attitude.
Oh, thank Helm. At least there's something to spend my time doing. Is it like a town library or, I don't know,
I don't think there's a library. But
of course there isn't.
I can certainly show you around, give you the lay of the town.
If you could direct us to the nearest temple, we would be obliged.
And our temple is something we're lacking in here.
I guess you got your work cut out for you, Emerald.
There's a small shrine, but let me just get my why can't I get my music playing?
Oh, it's playing for me.
Yeah, I hear something.
I do hear something as well.
Well, it's not for me or the stream. Oh well. Is it playing a little bit of village map music for you?
Yes.
Yeah, little piano music.
Well, I'm going to reload because the viewers should also get to hear the music.
Let us do it a cappella together.
Boom, 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 boom.
The Discord delay definitely won't affect that.
It's called a cappella in the round. It's a feature.
Okay. All right.
There we go. So, making your way into town. The first building you come to has a large, open sort of stockyard where a couple of wagons are parked up. And there's the first building in town. Unsurprisingly, it seems to be a bit of a trade depot. And Sildar is like, oh, this is Barfin's provisions. Closest thing I'd say there is to a general store. Elmina Barfin runs that. She's a nice young woman, couple of assistants. She's a good friend of Gundren. They do a lot of business together, and if you were looking to buy or sell or learn anything about Gundren, that's a good place to start.
Oh, so small.
We've got that, and Smithy's over the road, but that seems to be closed at the moment. And then we've got the inn, the Stonehill Inn. One of two inns, but the only one it's worth going to, if you ask me.
Why? What is the other one? Is it notorious?
The other one's the Sleeping Giant, but Phandelin's not without its own share of problems, and most of those problems congregate in the Sleeping Giant Inn. Just if you see anyone wearing a red cloak, avert your eyes. Keep your head down.
No, were they some gang?
Essentially, yeah. We're not properly installed here yet, so there's no town guard. And the Red Brand ruffians seem to be establishing themselves as a bit of a military force. Complete gang of thugs and brutes they are.
Red Brand, huh?
But they tend to congregate in the Sleeping Giant when we're not causing trouble in the streets.
This is unacceptable. Emerald's eyes flash despite his confusion.
Alright, easy there. You're gonna go fight everyone wearing a red cloak, you see.
Define red.
Crimson, scarlet, and carmine.
How about we get that sleep we were talking about? Or some kind of rest?
Well, I should call in and see Elmina first, given that she's been waiting for me and Gundren, and I have to let her know that Gundren's not going to be here anytime soon. It was her after all we were on our way to see.
That we should do.
We should go find him as soon as we're able to.
I suppose so, yeah.
For some reason, no sound seemed to load for me first time.
Oh my god. Is that... Oh my god.
Is that Solus from Dragon Age?
Solus! That's one of my favorite characters.
I don't even play Dragon Age.
I fucking love Dragon Age, dude.
Is this the gnome?
What? No.
No way.
No, he's just an elf. He's just a bald
he?
elf.
I thought it was someone's art of
Wulbren?
Wulbren? Yeah, I absolutely thought it was Wulbren, but
I'm zooming in to be sure. No, that's my egg boy. That's Solus right there.
I beg your pardon, egg boy.
Don't worry about it.
so
He's a great character.
entering the yard.
No, it's real life work. They call me a kid.
So entering the stockyard, you see a couple of figures working away, loading and unloading crates. A gnome who may need his art changing, and a tall, striking tiefling woman, whose features seem almost a bit more insectoid than infernal, but nonetheless still gives off that tiefling look. Behind them steps up to a small wooden building with a sign outside that reads Barthen's Provisions.
No. Alright, well.
Let us go. Let us...
No, whoa, hey, whoa, where are you going?
Quinn's going to ride into this little courtyard, their head held high atop the horse.
Fenna will get off of the horse once they have gotten inside this place. And just kind of walk with it. Where were we going?
To talk to Elmina, just because that's the colleague of Gundren who's waiting for him.
Okay.
You and Mina over there. Quinn says, gesturing to the tiefling.
No. Well met, Thistle. Is she inside? And the tiefling turns, and you notice her eyes, her lids go sideways, as opposed to the usual. Ah, Hallwinter. Yes, she is within. You look
Okay.
ill-disposed. And he
Yeah,
gives
well,
us
he almost
he gives a slight wave of the arm as he clearly struggles of the steps.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, he got his throat almost slit by a goblin, so he's been better.
Oh, he sounds most unfortunate.
Yeah, well, he's alive, so could be worse. Quinn's going to hop off their horse.
Oh,
and
Quinn
hide.
has finally gotten off his high horse.
How long have you been waiting on that one?
I get it.
Maybe 3 minutes.
Good boss. Quinn's going to tie it up on the railing and follow everyone else up. After you.
Oh,
And I'm going to move him around just so you all have room to be in there.
thank you.
So, well met, Elmina. And the woman, just sort of who's been writing away, looks up and sort of jumps a little bit in surprise. Oh, but Sildar, you look awful. What on earth has happened to you?
Goblins.
Lots of them.
And a bugbear. There's also a pair of wolves in there.
And spider.
The poisonous snake.
Where is this? Is this the Cragmore goblins again?
Again?
Yes, I guess so.
Oh, they really do. And she like, sort of pushes up her chair and tries to move a somewhat protesting Sildar to sit in her chair.
Well.
In fact, you must all come through.
Quinn's going to
Nope.
casually take a chair. Well.
Sure. Okay.
So there's a goblin infestation, and you do to let us know that they're around. Quinn asks, looking to Sildar.
Well, a somewhat pesper region. Like I mentioned, it's been somewhat unsettled and deserted the last few decades, so without being under anyone's guard and watch, these bands tend to pop up and roll about. But
Well,
you have to tell me where's Gundren? Is he all right?
Cragmont Castle, and I don't know.
They have him.
Yeah, probably. Or he's dead. One of the two.
Oh no.
Spider.
I mean, Emerald.
A spider.
Don't.
Maybe not an actual spider. Maybe.
Something about a spider. We are hoping to go back out once we are recovered.
How soon would that be?
Great question.
Emerald looks like he's got a few screws knocked loose, so whenever he feels like he's not at death's door. I suppose the same goes for Fenna.
Well, I can most certainly, if it helps with expediting your interest in retrieving Gundren, he's a good friend. I could spare you 10 gold pieces each if you're able to bring him back. And when his brothers deign to come back to town from their escapades off in the outskirts, I'm sure they'll both throw in some reward for you too. Nundro and Foradin, for I have not seen either of them in a 10-day.
Emerald pushes the chair.
I'm sorry, you both spoke at once.
Yeah. Repeat the names for the brothers, Nimril and... Just for my notes.
Oh, the brothers are... Where are we? Nundro, Nundro, and Tharden. I will type it out for you.
Thank you. Into the notes they go.
Excellent.
Emil pushes his chair, kneels on one knee, face to the chest and says, "You have my promise. Give me a day to recover."
Oh, that's very good of you, and terribly dramatic, if I may say so.
Yeah, no, this is just how he is.
Yeah, that's just how he is. It's nice though.
Oh yeah, I find it most endearing. Well,
He's like-
I am truly honoured to be the recipient of your vow.
And I'll be truly honored to be the recipient of your 10 gold pieces, but that's assuming we can find Gundren. Look, I'm sure he's probably fine. He's a smart guy from what I remember, so he knows how to keep his head on his shoulder.
Did you happen to find any of his effects? It's immediately obvious.
Horse.
You what, sorry?
I found his horse.
I see. And any pack bags on it?
If you're asking me about the map.
Oh, the map case, yeah.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Gundren believed he'd found the Lost Mine of Phandelver pack up in the hills, and that's where this... the need to recover him is urgent.
Oh.
Well, if you're looking to recuperate for a day, the Stonehill Inn is where I'd recommend.
And I guess that's where we need to go.
Well, if you haven't the coin, you're welcome to use some of my floor over a couple of farms on the outskirts with very, very friendly proprietors. I'm sure I'd let you sleep in one of our hay lofts free of charge.
No, not to worry. I have a chateau around here somewhere, so you two can go
in Phandelver.
Yeah, it's a Hawkwinter chateau.
Oh, that old place. Oh, well, suit yourself. Be nice to see somebody in it.
What do you mean by
not mind
suit yourself?
using the stables, Emil says.
Well, it's just stood there gathering dust. What did you say, sorry, Emerald?
Not mind using the base of hay for a bed.
And Sildar's like, I'm sure I can talk Tolbin into giving you some extra accommodations in the Stonehill by way of thanks. I'll call it official Lord's Alliance business.
Now, speaking of the Lord's Alliance, you said you're a member of the Griffin Cavalry, didn't you, Sildar? Any chance you could scare us up a bunch of griffins?
All the way out here, not anytime soon.
Oh, well.
I could put a requisition form in and we might get some next month.
Well, I won't say no to that. I'd be happy to take a griffin. The way Quinn says, I'll be happy to take a griffin, it's the kind of sentence like, yeah, you know, it's free, why not have it for free?
Are you... Do you know how to ride a griffin?
No, I mean, it can't be much different from a horse, except for a longer drop if you let go.
Ah, I see. Make me an insight check. I will just do it as a... so for those who haven't been at one of my tables before, whenever you're inciting somebody, I always roll deception, even if they're telling the truth, just so there's some sort of charisma-based benchmark to go against.
Okay.
Okay. Not bad. Oh, that was almost really good.
It was almost very good.
Yeah. Sildar just smiles politely as he says, I see. And he gives you a nod and a smile. Quinn.
Think that'll be interesting to watch. Someone trying to ride a griffin.
With absolutely no experience and all the confidence in the world, I agree it would be a fascinating but short thing to behold.
Wait, why is it remove the italics there? Oh, that would explain it. There we go.
It's great.
Well, I mean, if you're before you're about your business, we were about to start closing up for the day. Over any supplies you're interested in? I don't keep anything in the way of weapons, but general goods and adventuring gear.
Oh, I unfortunately don't have the coin to spare for anything beyond what? A potion of not even a potion of healing, I'd think.
Alas,
So.
no. It might be that a good night's sleep is what you need. The quickest and most affordable tonic.
Yep. The peasant's potion. Sleeping.
She chuckles politely.
You know, I'm sure we just need some rest. It'll be okay.
Yeah, all will be well, I'm sure.
Emo is furiously checking his backpack to see if he has anything that is amiss, and draws a brief sigh of relief, seeing that he has a healer's kit. I'm good.
Oh, that's good. Are you still kneeling on the ground?
Yeah, I took an arrow to the knee. I can't get up.
Oh, do you need help?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yep. Well. Since none of us have the coin to spare for a potion of healing, I guess the best we can hope for is for us to not get stabbed in the back again. That'll probably be fine. Hopefully.
Probably.
I already find these just notes soothing as hell.
Then we will leave and head back to town, making our way to the Stonehill Inn, yeah?
Yeah.
As we head out, Quinn is going to say, "Oh, by the way, where did you say that Hawkwinter Chateau was, Elmina?"
And Sildar's it. I can show you the way. It's not too far from here.
Perfect. Perkins face .jpg. You just have that as a did you know?
So, heading us back to town. And you can see most buildings in this town have a purpose. I'll be setting up before next session a bit of an interactive map. So by the time that we're a few sessions in of you being in Phandelver, almost every building here will have a map. We'll have a little legend on the map, and most of them do have scenes we can go on to. But yeah, as you approach the town square, you are outside a fairly large inn. Opposite, there is a small stone cairn and what looks to be someone that passes for a very, very small, simple temple. The inn, before you go into it, Sildar says to you, Quinn, "Look at you. This is the Stonehill Inn, but that there," and he just points across the square to the small, long building, "that's Winterhawk Mansion."
That's not even 2 stories. There's not even an attached stable.
My understanding is it is 2 stories, but one of them is a basement.
The basement doesn't count.
Then yes, in that case it would be one floor. But will you be joining us for a drink before you make your way to your lodgings?
Oh, fine.
Then into the inn it is then. And as the noise gets louder of the inn as you approach, I am going to take us for a short break because something childcare has just popped up. So we will take our 10-15 minute break now, get back just after half past, well, about 25 to, and we will go to the pub.
The pub.
I'll see you in 10-15.
Yeah.
So, you approach a large, newly built roadhouse of fieldstone and rough-hewn timber. Noise echoes out from a large common room.
Still says it's paused, but it is loading.
Yeah, the pause just means we can't move there.
Okay.
You have no actors on the scene. One moment, I will add.
It is a black screen.
It is because I haven't added you to it yet.
Oh. Oh, that's interesting. So if your token's not there, you just don't see anything?
Exactly that. Exactly.
Oh my god!
Is this one of your maps?
This was my very first map.
Bee garden.
Yay. I wondered.
Now, why can't the stream viewer see this?
Is it because...
Well, I'm going to want to... This world seems to need a fair bit of reloading for some reason. So I'm going to once again reload.
Could be because you're handling a lot of things at once.
I mean, this... You'd think that, but this is such a light world. Compared to some of my other worlds. Let me just make...
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I might need to just set this map to be... Oh, it is set to global illumination. Okay. I don't know. I do not know why people can't see this map.
I can see it now, so... Just not the stream, I guess.
Yeah, I need to fix this. Otherwise, we're not going to have a very good time in our session.
As we approach, while Harrison is looking for some time to stall, Quinn takes a look at the... And
yes, thank you.
this looks alright, I guess. These are all just, what? Permanent flames or just little... Quinn's gonna look over to Fenna.
It looks like little hanging lights. Like little glass baubles with stuff in it.
Yeah, but are they like... What are they? Fireflies in there, or is it some other alchemical reagent?
I don't know, and if I look at it too long, I'll hurt my eyes.
Really? They're not that bright?
It's kind of bright. I don't know. Could be fireflies.
I don't think there'd be permanent flames because permanent flame costs 25 gold a pop, and I don't think this little tiny town would have... What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Several thousand gold to spend on just random hanging lights. That'd be a bit much, don't you think?
Wouldn't it be hard to constantly replace all those fireflies, though?
Yeah.
I mean, cheap, but...
Yeah, maybe it's just something more mundane, like, you know, candles or oil lamps. And it's just bright enough that you can't really see the candle wick.
I think it's nice either way.
What do you think, Emerald? These kind of remind me of those, like, lights they had in the... whatchamacallit? The library.
It's definitely much better lit than the library. Library was a little bit more ambient. This is...
Well, you can't really complain about how dimly lit the library was, you're the one who can see better in the dark.
I think we both can. Except for
Yeah.
you.
I mean, I can't.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
Which is why I have a bunch of torches in my pack.
Okay, I don't know what happened there, but loading a load of different scenes and then coming back here, changing no settings, made it work. So yes, you approach the inn.
And we talk about we talk about the lighting for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's great.
The small boy sat outside, kicking his feet on a bench, just gives you a wave as you approach and just returns back to the book he's reading.
Oh.
Now there's a rich-looking kid, says the rich-looking kid.
He
Fenna
is not...
will probably wave back politely. That's all, though. I'm going in. Ah! Aha! I had to open the door. Ooh.
Are we getting Sildu?
No, he's staying outside where he belongs.
Just doing a few things. Is music playing for you? Once again, it's
Yep.
not playing for me. Well, this really,
Yes.
this really fucking sucks as the DM. But it just doesn't seem to.
I'm sorry.
But it does not seem to work.
All the different array of tokens.
Well, I'm being selfish once again and reloading. I bet you this is gonna stop the vision from working now, and I'll be punished.
Oh.
It's loading in for me.
Quinn's going to go, brushing past everyone else, to move towards the most important seat in the house, the corner that is slightly shadowed. And they're going to take the corner seat, which is slightly shadowed, as though by some universal constant.
Fenna will follow the lead, like, oh, okay, this is a nice seat.
Quinn now regrets their choice as they're boxed in on both sides.
Yeah, and looking around, this is a busy establishment. There is a bard half-heartedly playing in the corner near you. But yeah, otherwise a variety of people sat around, eating and drinking, deep in conversation. Behind the bar, you see a fairly young, middle-aged human man and a widely smiling young dwarven woman who seems to be working as the barmaid. And Sildar's like, so that'll be Toblin. He's the innkeeper. And that there working with him is Elsa.
Oh, we probably need to get drinks, don't we?
Oh, right, yeah. Quinn says, having just sat in the corner. As Quinn's just going to take their backpack off and set next to them, so they have a bit more personal space, but not get up.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait up.
Sildar's like, calls after you. Just water for me, please. As he sinks into his bench heavily.
Okay. Over here. No, over here. Oh.
Imro gently taps on the bar. Excuse me.
Next to you, the tall Furbolg turns and says, if you don't quite mind, I was next to be served.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Pardon my assumption.
Thank you. And the barman, Toblin, sort of having overheard that interaction, gives you a quick flash of a sympathetic smile, as in like recognition that this can be a bit of a difficult customer. And what will it be, Callahan? The usual? Indeed. And he just pours him a very, very tall glass of milk, to which he puts a silver coin on the table. Thank you.
I go to Fenna and I whisper, "Is that cloak red?"
No, it's not. Don't worry.
Is the cloak green in the art in real life, just like it is in the art?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I guess I could have asked that before assuming.
Welcome to Stonehill Inn. What can I get you?
Thank you. Was there something specific you wanted, Emerald?
Head is already dizzy, so I don't think it can get any worse. A pint of your best porter ale, if you have one, for me.
We do. I can sort that for you immediately. He goes to the keg and pours that way as he looks back over his shoulder towards you, Fenna. And anything for yourself or your companions?
Yes. One pint, but 2 waters, if you don't mind.
Okay, give me a moment. He comes back out, placing 4 flagons on the bar. The water is obviously free, so that will just be 2 silver pieces, please.
Okay. How do we give him money?
It's on your inventory page of your character sheet.
It's on. Our money is collective on the party, right?
Yeah, so you can just reduce the value by 2 on.
Okay, I will do that then. Everybody in agreement?
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. All right. Okay. So she'll hand over the silver, and she'll start trying to pick up the flag, and she's like, "Did you want to come back with us, or are you sticking up here, Emerald?"
No, of course I'm helping out.
Oh, okay, thank you. So she'll carry the 2 waters. Pardon?
When the 2 of them were up there, Quinn's
I grabbed the pint, obviously.
Yeah.
Quinn's going to lean over to Sildar and look at the bard in the corner. That bard's not one of the red brands, is she?
Oh, no, absolutely not. There's the ruffians tend to deliberately tatter and fray their cloaks.
Okay, well,
you'll know them when you see them, but hopefully you won't see them.
Well, let's just make sure Emerald doesn't look her way. Quinn says, "Oh, he's coming."
Hello, I have a water for you and a water for me. And she'll sit down the flagon in front of him.
I'm most obliged.
Not a problem. Yeah, Emerald, one of those pints is for Quinn.
Oh.
Emerald was slightly protective. Say, but he didn't order anything, did he?
Oh, I thought they wanted it. I mean, if you
well.
don't want it, it looks like someone will take care of it.
Yeah, maybe I just should go over and get some water or something. Should Emerald be drinking? He looks like he'll... Yeah, you know what? He's his own man. He can drink if he wants to. It'll be his problem.
Aw, you've almost cared.
No, I didn't. Quinn lies as naturally as they breathe.
I don't know. I don't know if she believes that for a second.
Well, with Quinn's dismal deception, I think that's fair to not even require a deception check there.
Well, once Would it be an insight check, I guess?
Well, let's see. Will my deception beat your insight? Probably not.
Here.
Magic 8 Ball says odd.
Okay, no. So they said that, and she's just like, sure.
Well, to your timely rescue, Sildar says, lifting his glass with his flagon.
To your improved health, hopefully.
Yeah, to not die or whatever.
I just raise it. Health.
Yep, that's the spirit.
This seems to be a popular place. There's 17 people here, 1 person outside. That's what? 2/5 of the entire town or so? Sildar?
Are you with us, man?
I am.
Okay.
I was reloading Foundry once again.
Oh no.
New worlds always have their kinks. And not in the... Oh, no, never mind. So, most of the people here are good people. It's a nice little town.
And I suppose the not good people are the Red Cloak Ruffians.
Red brand ruffians.
They're red. Whatever.
Wiping a little bit of the foam from his mouth, Imro says, please remind me again. When did they first arrive here, those ruffians?
Well, a few months ago. They weren't here when I was last here about a year ago, but I've been back in Waterdeep. Lord's Alliance had sent another agent out here, but when he stopped reporting in, I came along to find out what had become of him, and I received nothing but reports of these ruffians on the way since. So
It's the second time.
It would seem possibly that they saw off, or worse, my colleague.
Yeah,
It's the second time you mentioned the Lord's Alliance this afternoon.
Yeah, well, he's got a big Lord's Alliance symbol on his chest, you see. Quinn throws a thumb over at the large Lord's Alliance symbol on Sildar's tabard. It's not a surprise.
That's true enough.
Hells, maybe like the goblins scared the guy off before he even got here. I mean, what's the Lord's Alliance even want with a podunk town like this?
To install law and order?
I mean, I suppose it is between Neverwinter and Waterdeep, but I thought the smallest town that the Lord's Alliance cared about was Longsaddle, and only because that place throws out mages like people throw coins to a busker.
Oh.
The Lord's Alliance... It's a group that tries to do good, not for the glory of an adventuring guild, but just because law and order, regardless of what god or deity you pay fealty to, there should be law, there should be justice, there should be order, and there should be fair treatment of the small folk. And that's what the Lord's Alliance prioritizes.
This town is building itself, and it's only been at it for what, 3 years?
Yeah,
indeed.
So,
That makes sense.
Hold on a moment. I just heard. Is this song a bard cover of a popular song?
Yes.
Running Up the Hill by Kate Bush.
The previous one was as well.
I didn't get the previous one, but this is Running Up the Hill by Kate Bush Bard cover, isn't it?
Yes, the previous one was The Man Who Sold the World.
Shit, I should have recognized that one. All right, I need to turn up the music so I can hear these.
It's becoming a huge ongoing thing in Amnian Nights. Because obviously in my Amnian Nights campaign, I'm mapping out like all of Afkatla. So there's a number of taverns and inns and restaurants we go to, and they all have their own. There are bards that are traveling around the city doing different sets. So they go into places and being like, "Oh shit!" Like Gija and Luca both love when we catch one particular bard who keeps performing a bard version of "I'm Just Ken."
Oh no. But anyway, I'm sorry. I just heard that like the tune, and it just got into my mind immediately. And
No, that's good.
as I was saying, yeah, like it helps that this town's right between Neverwinter and Waterdeep. The only better place it could be is if it was closer to the High Road or between Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep. No. I mean, shit, just being on the road from Waterdeep means it's already got a leg up on a lot of other places.
It has certainly helped with the arrival of interested new pioneers and fairly easily accessible supplies. My missing colleague, Iarno, he's quite magically inclined, and our intent was that he would be established in a teleportation circle here, which would have made things much easier. Alas, he went missing before he could establish that.
Holy shit, a teleportation circle, and you're really pouring money into this place.
How could a person with such a capability go missing?
And this is exactly what I was intending to investigate once I arrived. Where I see it, I now have several priorities which I hope or entreat you to assist me with, which would be, first and foremost, chiefly rescuing Gundren, but also seeing if we can find out what's become of the map, and also where Iarno has gone, what's happened to him.
Well, you know, if he's good enough to cast teleportation circle, I'd hope he's also good enough to cast, like, sending. So.
Indeed, but there's been no word of him. No sign of life. We have been fearing the worst.
Well, if he hasn't even sent a sending to know, you know, just sent a sending saying, "Hey, I'm alive," then, well, maybe you should be fearing the worst.
I meant to ask when we were walking back from the cavern, how familiar are you all with goblins?
Not very.
I read about them.
Well, depends. How do you assess familiarity? Is getting hit by them?
There was a strange goblin in that place when I first arrived. And he dips a finger into his water and just using the liquid just as a very quick, on the wood of the table, a very quick outline of like a goblin head, but strangely elongated. Looking more, this doesn't look like a different type of goblinoid. This looks like a misshapen goblin. There was one among them. Its head was different, twisted almost, bulbous. And it whispered to me, just once, but he's sort of struggling for words, but it didn't speak in a way that I hear you speak now. The words arrived directly within my mind.
Like a what's the word? Magic?
Yes.
Like a sending
Yes.
or a message.
Exactly. But it didn't seem like magic.
Oh.
Well,
What was
there
the
we go.
language he spoke to you? Email asks.
There was no language. I just knew the intent. Does that make sense?
So like psychic?
Perhaps. It just said, "You're not what Ruxithrid wants."
Ruxithrid.
And then it just left. Walked straight past the other goblins, and they didn't even react, like they couldn't even see it.
Oh, like it wasn't a boss, it was just like an intruder.
Are you sure you didn't imagine this after all this beating got?
It's possible. Truly, it's possible.
Well, you did say he was different. It could be something magical.
It's true enough. It could be magic, or it could have been the blows raining on my head.
Or it's like manifestation of the blows and just mirroring his expecting swollen head.
It just seems something strange for you to make up, you know?
Yeah. Like I would believe a goblin looking at you and saying, "Yeah, you're not the guy we want to," in, Elvish instead of common. But a goblin with a weird misshapen head or psionics and being ignored by other goblins, like that's a bit too much imagination. You're not trying to tell us a story here. So even if you hallucinate part of it, at least part of it's probably true, because you can't imagine all that without it being, really obvious.
It's just another thing that we'll keep in mind.
He sort of just leans forward heavily onto his elbows and just nurses his flagon of water. I feel I'm making for ill company until I manage to close my eyes for a few hours. Would you forgive me if I take my leave for the night?
No, go ahead.
No, please get some rest.
I'll speak to Toblin about arranging rooms here for those of you who want them. Quinn, you've made it very clear that you have a chateau, as you've called it, but Immeril, Fenna, shall I arrange lodgings here for you both?
Thank you kindly.
Yes, please.
He nods.
Well,
he enters conversation with a barkeeper out of earshot.
Well, there we go. There's finally a goblin who can wear a dunce cap properly.
I've never heard of one being psychic, though.
Yeah, well. I mean, there's always weird things out there. Because, maybe it just got weird magic on it.
Well, it's the things you don't understand that are the most dangerous.
No, that's true, but it's just what? One goblin?
Sildar limps over and hands a key to you, Fenna, and a key to you, Immeril. Says,
thank you.
Rooms 1, nods at you, Fenna, and 3 to Immeril. I myself am in room 6.
Thank you very much.
I hope to see you in the morning. And thank you again.
Yeah, whatever.
It really would it really would kill you to make friends.
If the goblins don't get me first. Now I hear it. Now I hear the man who sold the world.
Yeah, there it is. Oh.
He gazed a stare. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, and Sildar takes himself off for the night.
One thing going on.
Well, I guess
Law
we,
and justice, tales and all. The region is undoubtedly rich. There's more political power play here than our friend, your friend, probably lets
well, I mean,
go.
he's not really my friend. He's just like a coworker of a guy my family knows.
I do apologize for presuming that you have friends.
Yeah.
What?
Wait.
Are we not friends?
Quinn just looks over to Fennec. Did he just insult me like that?
Of course he did. Are we not friends?
I
What?
just realize what I say and just completely blush. It's like I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah.
We
We'll
don't
probably
have
just-
to. We don't have to be if that's weird.
I mean,
Bidding you a good evening. Would you care for any more drinks?
I'll just have a water or something.
I'll have a. Oh, sorry.
It's a mighty hydrated table. And what are you saying,
Yeah.
sorry, love?
Oh, I'll just take a refill of my water.
Goodness, okay. And for yourself, sir?
May I have another pint, please?
Ah, good. I will getting paid tonight. Marvellous. 2 waters and a pint coming up. Will you be taking food as well?
Oh, yeah. You know, that doesn't sound half bad.
Right.
What do you have at the ready?
For ready, we've got some sourdoughs, some cheeses, got a lovely leg of lamb that we could be carving up. So yeah, other than that, there's eternal stew.
Well, I'll have the fresh lamb, please.
Mm-hmm. And she looks around expectantly at the others.
The cheese sounds good.
The cheese, the lamb, and the stew for me as well, please.
Oh, well, okay. Let's see, 1 pint, that'll be 4 silver total, please.
Quinn's going to flip a silver.
And like give it to her, or are you just flipping it?
That'll be 3 more silver, please.
Quinn
Okay,
paid for themselves.
okay, all right. Wait, and she's reaching into her like pouch and stuff. Like, okay, oh, yeah, here we go.
I've already documented the silver for all of us on the party token. So.
Cool.
Okay, good.
That'll be coming right up. I'll get your drink first, and then I'll get the rest.
Thank you.
This town is like so small.
She brings drinks and heads off to get food.
She jumps on the table and then runs away.
Here's your fucking water.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'll probably end up going to sleep after this food. The day is catching up with me.
Yeah.
And so is the pain.
Yeah.
Regroup we must.
Mm-hmm.
Go on, Quinn. What would you like to say?
Oh no, I was going to change the topic.
And what topic would you like to discuss?
Well, there's nothing important. But like,
Okay.
how is this town so small?
Shh.
A little, but
Quinn.
I hope you guys appreciate that.
Make a very discreet gesture to Quinn, tapping on his left hand, but at the same time directing my gaze towards the door and the new visitor of the establishment that just walked in and sat in front of us.
When sends a discreet look and says, "Well, she's not my type, but if she's yours, I mean, like, go ahead or whatever."
Fenna will lean over and say, "It's not red."
I go to both and say, thank you.
Here you go.
Keep that in mind.
Your food. 1 perpetual stew, 1 lamb platter, 1 cheese board.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Evening, Darren. Usual. And the drow sort of like, yes, please, that would be wonderful. Thank you, Elsa. And how was your day? Hard toil as ever, but looks to be rewarding. Ask me again in a few months, yes? And she laughs and walks off to fetch his order.
Well,
I salivate over the cheese platter.
Quinn's going to jealously grab their lamb platter and make sure it is out of reach of Emerald. Okay, wait for your own lamb platter.
I raise
Kinda
my
Go ahead.
pint to the drow. To your good health, sir.
They look a little surprised. And to yours, although I do not yet have a flagon of my own to hoist in kind, but there's a gesture, and sort of just sort of inclines his arm. You are new to town? And sort of moves around to his chair on the other side of the table and turns to face you all.
Yes. Yeah, first time visiting.
And how are you finding it so far?
Tiny.
I like it.
Vibrant little town. I loved the smell of the burning wood as we entered.
That's called a fireplace, Emerald. You can find them in most large cities and buildings.
You are very polite not to comment first and foremost on the smell of shit that has been spread across the fields this last week. It is needed for the crops to take.
It's necessary.
I was wondering why it smelled so bad.
Looking across you all, his eyes linger on you and your cloak, Emerald. And well met to you today, Tomite.
I study him a little bit. Is there anything that betrays his knowledge?
His knowledge? How do you mean betrays his knowledge? I mean,
His
you
knowledge
literally.
Yeah, obviously,
have-
yeah. Obviously, I have the insignia and stuff, but it's like.
So make me an insight check, all of you. While you do, I'll tell you this man is dressed in simple farmer's clothes.
Okay.
Do I see through the lies of the Jedi?
Oof.
Yeah, dressed in simple farming garb. A very sort of many people in this region carry swords, even if they're not particularly skilled fighters. You know, it's a deterrent against bandits, and hopefully can be used against them with a bit of luck in an unlucky situation. This drow has an extremely frayed, battered leather scabbard on his hip. Quinn, you're able to tell that although these farmers' clothes are ill-fitting, there is a good physique underneath this, and not just the physique of someone who has spent a life toiling in the field. You see some telltale calluses on their hand, and when they turn at one point, you catch just enough glimpse of a very fine metal just peeking through that scabbard that makes it clear that the sword in that scabbard is far, far finer than the scabbard that houses it. This person would seem to be more than a farmer.
Since I haven't picked up anything, I answer, you honor me by calling me the name of my religion. A good day to you too, sir.
Quinn
And are
looks
you
down.
seeking to bring Tom's message and uphold his ideals to this area?
To a certain degree, yes, but I'm not interested in personal affairs. I leave it a little bit cryptic, a little bit saying that this is a touchy subject, not to be explored further, but still trying to prod what his intentions are with how he's directing the conversation.
I'm going to have him make an insight check. Make me a deception check, Emerald. I know you're not looking to deceive, but this is a good benchmark versus his insight.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
He gives a slight smile. Deftly said. There is always, of course, the delicate dance of two people trying to establish and ascertain the other one's intentions, is there not?
Yes, it is. Email confused. It's like, is he on to me? I'm thinking.
Quinn looks between the two of them, confused at what the confusion is.
And Fenna will be quadruple confused. But she has finished her plate and she stands up. She's like, I'm going to get some rest now. But everyone have a nice time.
I think I might check out that house of mine.
I hope it's nice.
Yeah, enjoy your conversation, Emerald. Quinn's just
Thank
going to
you.
sneak past him.
Cool, a triple party split in episode 2.
As
Go there.
Quinn is
Boom.
leaving, Quinn's just going to follow her and whisper, yeah, that guy's not a farmer.
Oh, really? Oh, wait, sorry, my room's over here. What makes you say that?
Oh, well, I mean, like, that is too nice of a sword he has.
Oh, I wasn't looking at that. I was finishing my cheese plate.
Yeah, well,
I moved to Queen's Corner, which is warm and kind of secure. I make a nod to Darren saying, come, join. The barmaid does look to be stalling with your drink.
Oh, she's brought it now. Bing, there you go. She brings a goblet of wine and what looks to be a fine, a grilled sea bass for him.
Damn.
yeah, I mean, he's probably not one of those, like, Loth Sworn Drow, because those aren't around here, but I don't know, Emerald's probably just getting weird.
Don't those end badly for males?
Yeah, that's why he's probably not one.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Emerald's probably just being weird because he sees another person who's slightly religious and his, convert senses go off. But, if he turns up dead in a ditch, it's because he either tried to pick a fight with the next person with a red cloak he saw, or that person's actually a Loth Sworn Drow.
I have to hope that's not the case. Also, before I go,
You know,
I'm,
should we
I'm kind of
actually?
well. I'm kind of curious about your estate. Would it be okay if I saw it? I can come back here afterwards.
Sure, fine. Yeah, it'll be nice.
Okay. Oh, whoops.
Slam the door. Just says that and then slams the door in her face. Psych! Okay.
Look at us
Sure
avoiding
you
a three-way
can,
party.
loser.
So smooth.
It would
So-
To
happen.
Don,
As Quinn leads
Oh,
Fenna to their manor, we will remain for a few minutes with Immoral.
Yep. All right.
speaking to Don, go. And what is your business? The lovely barmaid was speaking about. What do you do, kind sir?
I have had many vacations over my long life. Now, I am a simple farmer, an apple orchard on the outside of town. Terribly overgrown. Most of the work is not in the harvest, but in tending to the land and reclaiming it from the undergrowth, the encroaches of nature, the problems that come from being on the outskirts in a frontier town. It is certainly never dull.
It must not be indeed.
But before that, I have been a few different things over the centuries.
Emerald ponders a little bit, thinking about his elvish lineage and how it must feel like experiencing the fleeting time. Say, gosh, you must have so many memories. Is there anything interesting that you remember from all this past vacations? Something that you'd potentially miss?
As the weather, when I was a marshal down the Dragon Coast, far to the south, the climate was fairly spectacular, as were the creatures and the sights I beheld. But this is certainly a more consistent and temperate life. Even if my work is normally much more dull. Tell me of your service to Tom.
That was a very quick change of subject there, as he's going from a marshal to a plain farmer.
Although the conversation may have seemed quick, the transition was decades in the making.
A cryptic sentence, but I guess that comes with age and wisdom.
No criticism was intended. Is it when I approach my 530th year, when your life is measured in such spans? A decision that takes 10, 20 years? It feels like the passing of a summer.
To answer your question, kind sir, because you make a very enjoyable company, I was but a kid when I joined the local temple of Thor.
He smiles a bit at that.
And I found a calling there, as you would potentially say. I found a purpose that shielded me against the environment I grew up, or I would say the abuse that I had on the streets. So it is basically a home.
His expressions obviously become a bit more serious. Like, Troubling information.
Yeah, judging by his expression, saying that he's fixated on this, like he's actually. I'm playing on a gamble here, like the internal turmoil of Emerald says. He thinks like maybe I should trust this person. Something that I'm not that willing to do, and oddly enough, I haven't done with my companions yet. But the temple actually sent me here to see if I can help the town through some religious work or through servitude, actual servitude to the town.
He smiles. This is most pleasing for me to hear. And he sort of just very slightly turns down like the neckline of his shirt to show a pin that he's wearing on the inside. Make me a history check with advantage, please, Immeral.
Of course I will.
Dang.
You do not recognize it, but the slight similarities to the styling of, Torm and Helm is unmistakable.
I'm sorry, it's just
That was hilarious.
the image of like a, flashing a secret symbol, and it's like, I don't know what that is.
Like, ooh, shiny.
I see. What?
I think this imitation of Kenneth Branagh's Poirot accent is just getting to me. I just my eyes shine a little bit, and it's like that's a very interesting take on my god's symbol.
Oh no! Forgive me. Perhaps the order is older than. This is not an outright religious thing, my friend. This is sort of lowers his voice a bit. The order of the gauntlet.
Oh.
And seeing, my God, you really know nothing, do you? Seeing, I'm still slightly lost. They're a group of seekers of justice who protect others from the depredations of evildoers, wherever possible. I myself, I'm no longer active, but I try to keep an eye out where I can, and on seeing some of the troubles being faced by this town, I did send dispatches to my companions in Neverwinter and Waterdeep, and I can only hope that indirectly that led to your dispatch here, maybe.
I think then that maybe I am the person, or you're the person I came to see, and I am the person that you requested.
He leans forward a little bit. Have you heard in your time here so far of the Red Brand Ruffians? And as he asks that, elsewhere in town, Quinn and Fenna begin to approach a larger but very much abandoned looking building. Not in the way where it's fallen together, but you would not be surprised to go in here and find every piece of furniture draped in cloths.
Oh.
Wait, this place looks abandoned. I thought it was supposed to be in good working order.
Didn't he say before that, or people have said that nobody was here?
I know, but I thought they would have at least had someone, to try and drop in every so often to take care of it. When's he going to try the door?
It is locked, but you presumably have a key. to your
Oh.
abode.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, right.
You know, I'm so used to these just being opened for me.
I think it'd be concerning if it was.
Ooh.
And yeah, for digging a key out, you're able to let yourself in.
And I fixed the name. There we go. I realized I had to typo on my own character name sheet. Wait, did it just close on fire?
Yeah! Help! I'm fine.
And yeah, you
Okay.
find yourself in I need to work out what to do with roofs of this module, but for the time being, let me just hide the roof.
Well, this looks
This
alright.
is actually pretty nice. I mean, I've never had my own house.
I would hope it would be nice. Okay. I'm not sure what I expected. Quinn says, stepping into the dining hall and seeing big white sheets covered everywhere as a tree.
That is a
emerges from the wall.
tree.
Don't mind me.
Well, it means no one's eaten on it in a while. Big table, lots of chairs. Do you plan on having that many people?
No, but, well, would you look at this?
Hmm?
Quinn points at this suit of armor, which has spider webs on it. Found a spider.
The spider!
Huh. I mean,
Whoa.
want me to kill it?
No.
Should I get Emerald to kill it?
No, he's gonna see. We can just wave some red cloaks like a bull's flag, and he'll probably go chasing after every goblin in the foothills.
That's if he can see red right now.
Is he colorblind? Because like,
are we being mean?
I don't know. But like, that person's cloak wasn't even close to red.
I think we'll figure that out once he's properly rested. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, there's kind of a mess over here, huh?
Yeah, you can see there's a barrel that has a pipe that looks like it collects rainwater from above and brings it down here that has clearly split at some point, and now a pool of stagnant water has spilled out onto the floor.
Quinn's going to drop into a crouch and give a little sniff. Oh man, this has been sitting here for... There's going to be mold everywhere. Ugh. Mold and then spiders and... Okay. Basement. If there's a giant spider in the basement, I swear to Helm.
It will not end well if that's the case. Uh-oh.
More spiders.
I lack permission. Let me in. Okay. These dang doors. She's gonna kick down a door one day.
Well, this is a pretty...
Ooh, what's down here? Oh.
Who put a bedroom in the basement? I mean, really.
She's like running around. Oh, there's papers here. Oh.
When was the last time anyone was actually here?
Oh, there's a fireplace in here. Oh, it is a bedroom.
In the basement. Who puts a bedroom in a windowless basement?
Well, it could be for a servant or something. Sometimes servants' quarters are in the basement, right?
Yeah, but windowless too. Storage.
Well, it is a basement. I mean, presumably they let them up outside too. Oh.
But by fire safety regulations.
I think you'll have plenty of time to fix that. Ooh, now this looks interesting.
This is what's called a model of the local sphere. That's the sun, and you can see over here Toril is on one of these little axes. Then there's some of the other worlds there. I'm not much of an astronomer myself, but it's supposed to all like click in place if you like power it.
I think I've seen something like this on one of the times I joined my mentor.
Oh, you're like a student to an astronomer or something?
Oh, I don't think they're an astronomer. Um,
Oh.
but we had to travel a lot. I'm their apprentice. And I
Yeah.
think someone had something like this. I was pretty young.
Not too surprised. I'm sure that every wizard has like one of these cooking around. And for no other reason, you put in there and people who don't know anything about magic will be, "Woo, what's that?"
I mean, I'm sure it serves a purpose beyond that.
This place is so
And Fenna will look over the notes on this table.
Yeah,
Right.
so there's obviously a huge. This looks to be like a library where at some point a raccoon or an open window has led to some adverse weather disturbing a lot of it. The paperwork, I mean, the original map design, it was a mad cartographer's mansion, so it's all map related. But here, it's financial papers, diaries of a little lordling, and a huge amount of thorough documentation, but manages to be about very little of substance. It's to someone not born with a silver spoon in their mouth, it would probably be quite painful reading.
Wait a minute, what's this?
I like these windows. Sorry, did you say
Dividend
something?
yields for shipping lanes towards Chult. Oh, this is fascinating. Quinn says, picking up one of the most painfully dull texts they see lying on a table.
Yeah, it sounds thrilling.
Deception check.
The merchant princes of Chult are one of those new economic superpowers.
Fenna seems fascinated.
I am fascinated with the room. The book, I don't know.
Quinn's passive insight is not going to beat a 19, so they just continue. Yeah, the merchant princes of Chult, they basically are one of the new governing bodies of Port Nianzaro, and they got a lot of new financial money, so there's a lot of, paperwork done into researching how you could get long-term investments off the ground there. Quinn says, utterly oblivious to the fact that Fenna does not give a single damn about that.
It's more like, like she wishes she could understand, but she just can't. Look, she is happy that Quinn is invested in something.
Yes, investing.
Keeping the party alive with that one. Oh, I almost almost cast a spell. Whoops.
Okay, there's at least one above ground bed here.
Okay. Sure. These doors are gonna kill me, Quinn. Okay.
Expect not. Oh, perfect.
What?
Grand common area.
Ooh. Oh, this rug is cool. Wait, where'd you go? Oh no, there you are. Sorry, okay. Sorry.
All right, this is a bit bigger than I expected.
Yeah, that's a good thing, right?
It's adequately sized. But I'll need to spend so much time cleaning this place up.
So, I don't want to assume, but you plan on living alone, right?
Yeah, that was, I guess, the plan, but then I also assumed that there would be someone to take care of this place.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot for you to clean.
Yeah.
And then keep up with later.
Don't remind me.
Fenna's going to, try to, blow off the dust on this piano and, poke a couple of the keys.
As you blow off the dust, another secret or smaller pile of dust is revealed.
Oh.
As you press a key on the keyboard,
yeah?
I'm joking.
Oh, God.
Quinn turns around. Did something happen?
No, I don't think so. I think God was messing with me again.
Well,
Please, you give me too little credit.
this is a nice place, at least.
It is. You might need to do some washing and stuff before you go to sleep, but I think you got some good-sized rooms, too.
Quinn's going to head over to the window, or at least open the front door, look out the window. The sun's already getting low. I don't even think I'll be able to get anything done before the entire, night falls.
Oh, will you be able to sleep at all here?
Well, maybe I should just get a room at the Stone Inn. Or whatever the name is.
You were right. I think it's Stonehill or something.
Yeah, Stonehill.
It is the Stonehill Inn.
Quinn is messing up the names intentionally. I got the name right. Don't worry, DM.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they still have room. And if not, I guess there's room on the floor in one of our rooms.
I guess so. Quinn's going to close up the doors. Guess it's back to the Stonehill. And then a lot of time spent after Gundren to clean this place up.
I mean, if you need help, I probably won't be busy.
I may need to take you up on that one.
No problem.
All right.
So yeah,
What are the odds that...
You arrive back to find... Oh no, what's happening with my... Something very strange is happening today.
Well, I'll be damned.
There we go.
It's always on this map.
I know. To find Imral sat at a table with Darren, who has just asked him what he knows of the Wedbwand Wuffians.
Wabbits. Well, what do you know? Emerald didn't pick
Emerald
and win.
Emerald's eyes light up. As he says, "We know that they're here for no good aims for the town. Apparently, they're trying to take the town over and maybe have it as the venture point for the region."
They are... Oh, your companions return.
As we approach, Quinn's just going to whisper to Fal. I'm going to ask him if he's colorblind.
I nod them over, yeah.
They are one of several troublesome elements in this town, but they are certainly the most prevalent. A gang of fairly newly formed mercenaries and people of the caliber that certainly would be inclined to banditry, but they seem content to have planted roots and sow general disorder here, taking advantage of the fact that there is no established constabulary in the town.
As he was speaking, I move away to grant Queen his original seat.
They quickly take their seat back in the shadowed corner where the darkness looms. Oh, so.
It would be surprising that you have not encountered any of them so far. But perhaps this is simply a matter of time if you are newly arrived.
What are you, like, I want to be guard, Quinn says to Darren?
Of course, no. I am simply an apple farmer, but I have a vested interest in the prosperity and safety of the town and citizens.
Must be very well vested interest if you've got that kind of sword there. I saw the gleam.
It does
Sorry.
gleam.
I intervene gently and say, "It's all right. I can vouch, and you can trust them."
Sorry, I will have to leave for the night, but for real, actually. So nice to meet you, and goodbye. Bye. Running. How do I know? Room 3.
I thought there were 6 rooms, but actually
There are
only
5.
3. Yeah, so just go in that one.
Oh, thank you. Okay, now it lets me. Oh, there's 2 in here. Excellent.
That's
Okay.
convenient.
Yes. So I should just set her mostly finished water down on the table and prepare for sleep.
So, you're not trying to recruit Imral into some kind of cult, are you?
Oh, nothing as a sort. Just investigating his inclination to investigate the troubles plaguing the town. There's a troublesome group of bandits. We'll start with that, yes. There are stranger things occurring. Reports of undead, but there's the problems at home before the problems abroad, yes?
Undead, bandits, goblins, weird misshapen goblins. Is there anything that's not going on in this town?
Weird misshapen goblins? What? Looking a bit confused.
No, don't worry about it. Maybe nothing. But it sounds like you've got a real shitty situation on that front.
It is a real hotspot for trouble. Seems that we've signed up for more than we were originally led to believe. But do tell us about these ruffians and how we could assist. But please bear in mind that we have given our word to address other issues first.
It's understandable and to be respected. As the ruffians extort and prey on others, they give me a wide berth. They sense a bit of my former profession, I suspect, but I cannot be everywhere at once, and I do not fool myself. I am too old to go storming the safe havens. I know of 2 places they linger when they are not apprehending and accosting people in the streets. The Sleeping Giant Tavern, they have all but taken over. Essentially glorified squatters. There's no other patrons there now. And they have a safe haven, which is clearly beneath the ruins of Tresendar Manor up on the hill, but no one has managed to find their way into it yet. But I would say in the first instance, the Sleeping Giant would be the best place to force an encounter with the ruffians.
So they've got a hideout underneath the abandoned, ruined manor up there.
This is what is said, but again, nobody has found it.
And
I look at
the ruffians done, like, have they killed some cattle, threatened to kill some cattle, beat people up for not paying protection money or something?
They have kidnapped people for not paying protection money.
Oh shit! Actually, I thought they're just charging high prices or something.
No, they steal, they rob, they assault people in the street. But yes, they have taken people.
Oh, fuck.
It's mildly, well, highly distressing. But would you know, or would you estimate on the strength that they have, well, garrisoned in the so-called HQ of the Sleeping Giant Tavern?
They seem to be around. There are around 10 faces I recognize from around the town. They are smaller than a goblin band. They are essentially a pocket of bandits. They possess no magical or particularly artisanal skill. They are just sellswords with short tempers and cruel streaks.
Well, that is no way consoling, considering that our last brush with goblins and not even a full-fledged band didn't end up well. And I'm just showing my visible wound.
Oh, a good night's sleep awaits you.
I'm sure that Emerald would be happy to take on every ruffian and thug between here and Neverwinter, but, well, reach exceeds grasp, you know?
Well, comes the morning, why do you not look around town a little? Maybe see to some provisions? See to whatever business it is that you are already forsworn to? And then perhaps investigate the sleeping giant come evening when they are deep in their cups?
Yeah, well. Sure, whatever. What else am I gonna do around here? There's nothing to do. Except get our nose into other people's business, I guess.
Well, all it takes to defend those in need.
Well, I would say that between the law of us, you're in need of a good night's rest.
That I do indeed.
By the way, Emerald, random question. Are you colorblind?
Nope.
Interesting. Huh. No. Quinn looks a bit surprised at that.
Well, to push my plate forward. It has been a pleasure to meet all of you, but I shall return home now. If you'd wish to seek me out, my home is the Edamath Orchard, in the northwest of town, just north of the village green. And he'll give each of you a nod, a second nod to Immerol, and we'll make a very brief gesture that you recognise as a quick, hurried sort of attempt at a discreet, hand-wavy version of a Tormite salute.
I reciprocate the salutation.
Yeah, he will exit. He takes, he picks his plate and empty flagon up, sets him on the bar, thanks the staff, and then leaves.
Well, I really, really hope there is a spare room here.
What happened to the manor?
It is... Could use some tidying up. Just a bit.
Well, definitely the bedroom, I guess, if you're not sleeping there.
Would Fenna be informing Quinn of the spare bed in her room? Or is she keeping that one close to the chest?
Fenna has moved. I think she's away from real from the session.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Nope, fans just on mute.
No, I've just seen them in chat, sorry. Okay, yeah, we will assume, unless we hear otherwise, that you are informed that there is a spare there is a spare bed in Fenna's room.
Okay, I just realized I had muted myself. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Yeah. So she was saying she was returning like empty dishes before going to sleep, and she's like, "Oh, then, hey, yeah, there's a second bed in my room, by the way."
Oh, phew. Do I need to pay for that second bed?
I don't think so. I mean, as far as I know.
Quinn's going to look over to Elsa and Toblin. Do I need to pay for the second bed?
And Toblin's like, Sildar already paid you up for the night.
Free stuff. Awesome. Sweet. Thanks.
Yeah.
I bring as many dishes as I can possibly lift and say thank you kindly.
Dang it.
Gratuitous.
All right.
This is your room, Emerald.
Right?
Quinn is going to close the door behind them, set down their pack. Well, at least this place isn't full of spiders.
Fenna flops onto her bed. She's like, yeah, no spiders.
Quinn's going to check underneath their bed, looking for spider webs.
Just one huge, just thousands of bees.
There's a whole nest.
Yeah.
No, just bees under there.
A swarm of ants.
That's a real problem for me in real life right now.
Oh no.
I's outside for now, so it's cool.
Oh no.
If I'm just gonna like fall forward and just be like, oh man, my legs hurt so much, I just realized.
Well, we have been walking. Well, you've been walking for a long time.
I was curious. We didn't even see everything, I don't think. Or did we?
Yeah, well,
In
next
what, the
time we need
town?
No, in the house.
Oh. I'll say there is so much town.
Oh no, yeah. There's only so much house.
Well, guess we gotta go back to that hideout and hope the goblins haven't, like, tripled the guard there. Or at least find out where they left. And see if we can save Gundren's sorry hide before he gets, I don't know, fed to a giant spider. Or
It
maybe
would
just
be...
a normal spider.
I mean, I really hope he's alright. I don't want to come back with bad news.
I mean, what can we do about it right now?
You're right. I guess the minimum we could do is try to find that map.
Yeah, so maybe they're all. Maybe he's fine, maybe he's not, but I'd wager that he's fine as long as he hasn't told them anything about the map. If he can hold his tongue, they'll probably keep him alive, because, you know, he's the only one who knows the map, presumably.
Right.
Quinn
curls
up. Quinn curls up face down on their bed.
Face down, like no. What?
You know, like
application.
You know, Quinn lays down on their bed, face down in the pillow.
Yep.
Pulls the sheets over their head so they're like entombed.
I know.
Just like,
I know.
Take me.
I know somebody who sleeps like that, and it scares me every time. But it works, I guess.
Good grief.
Yeah, Fenna will probably just roll on her side and cover up, and just go to sleep.
Like some kind of psychopath, Quinn sleeps soundly, face down.
Well,
I'm okay.
You sleep for the night. Deeply, heavily wounded, reflecting on the things that have happened to you, and where you now find yourself in Phandalin, and what lies ahead of your planned return to the cavern to try and find out what you can about the location of this keep where Gundren has been taken. And as you sleep for the night, I think that is a sensible place to wrap up for the night. Little earlier than planned. And we'll say you all level up to level 2.
Yeah!
And you'll start, level 2! You'll start tomorrow at level 2.
Let's see, how do you do the level up on the character sheet here?
I'll talk you through that once I hit end on the stream. But for now, yeah, we will say goodnight, and we will see you all in 2 weeks.
Hooray!